Hey y'all, how's it going? Awesome, I hope. I wanted to do a get ready with me video. Even though I'm not going anywhere, I just thought it would be fun. I never really put on makeup, so why not? This light is like right in my face. It's gonna be the whole video, I guess. So I wanted to catch y'all up on life, and I haven't done a sit down video in a really long time, so I decided it's time. So I do a lot on Instagram, in my 40 and Fat Instagram, so that's where I keep up with most of everything. But and then I've been like uploading shorts here, so shorts, yeah, reels on Instagram, shorts on here. Why can't they just all be called the same thing? Anyway, yeah, so let's get ready. What has been going on? Gosh, let's start first with my employment status. I got laid off from my job. It fell. I really don't want to have to edit this, but I might. I got laid off from my job on December 31st of 2021, and it was really rough. I wasn't expecting it. I had been laid off from that same job before, but I didn't think they were doing any more layoffs. Had I been paying attention to the market, I would have the home market. I mean, I guess I was a little bit. Yeah, I would have seen it coming. You know, and I think they were talking about layoffs, like hubbub around the office, but yeah, I was actually having a really productive day, and then all of a sudden, we're done. Sorry. So what happened was, ooh, that's the super, what's it called? Magnified side. So yeah, so I got laid off. My boss felt really bad. He called me into his office and he was like, I have to lay off 10 people. And unfortunately, you know, you're one of them. But he gave me a choice. He was like, you can keep working until the end of the year, or you can leave now, but we'll pay you to the end of the year, because it was about to be Christmas break. And my daughter was a sophomore back then, and you know, I was like, well, I'll just take Christmas break and continue to get paid. So that's what I did. I'm just putting on some L'Oreal True Match with CeraVe sunscreen. I don't do like a full base, or what do they call it these days, foundation, I don't know, because my skin it gets too dry, and then all the wrinkles, just like, you can see every single wrinkle. I've never found a foundation that works great for older skin, well, an affordable one. So yeah, that's what happened with that. So I took those 2 weeks, and then I started looking for a job January, I think it was January 6th of 2022. And it was not going well. I was not getting any interviews. And I had applied for unemployment, and so, you know, you can't have unemployment and not look for a job. Like, you have to do that. So, you know, you have to keep a record of it, and in case they ask you for the records, and you can't fake it because they can look at that. I don't know why the background looks yellow. I'm guessing it's this mirror that I'm using, the light on it. But anyway, so this entire time I've gone on 5 interviews. I got one job. However, it was for housekeeping, and I was like, you know what, that's fine. I know how hard housekeeping is. I did it 20 years ago. And so I was like, all right, I'll do housekeeping. Huh, I don't think so. I did it for one day and I was in horrible pain. It's 8 hours of being on your feet nonstop. You get a 30-minute break. That's it. Like, there's no other breaks. You know, if you do sit down, it's because you're sitting on the couch or a bed in one of the rooms. And that first day I sat down, or the only day I should say, I did sit down for about 1 to 2 minutes. I had to come home and lay down in the bed with my feet elevated, and I took a magnesium bath, and I was like, I cannot do that job because I already have foot issues, and I also have this going on, so I was like, I can't do that. That was about a month ago. So this is 2023. That is the only job I have been offered this entire time. And the fact that people are out there saying, oh my gosh, there's so many jobs. There's like something for everyone. Well, no, there's not. So I, at first I was applying for what I wanted to do. And then I started applying for what I didn't want to do. And I did not want to be a housekeeper, but we gotta live. I ran out of money from the government too. So this entire year, actually starting in last November, I haven't had any money. So coming in, my husband works, but I'm just saying, like, I personally haven't had any money coming in. We do eBay. We sell on eBay Marketplace, like Facebook Marketplace, Mercari, all that. And last year was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't a lot. We made like $6,000, but and that's after taxes and everything. But this year it has slowed down significantly. Like, it's not good at all. So it's just kind of there, like, hey, if we sell something, great. If we don't, well, we don't. So then I went on an interview yesterday. It was weird because the guy called me and he was like, you have everything I'm looking for. We just need to see if you're a good fit. And I was like, okay, you know, whatever. I've heard this before. And, but it sounded really promising. So I went on the interview and I interviewed with one guy and then him and then a girl. And I guess they all really liked me because they said, the manager came back and said, hey, if you pass your background and all that stuff, we'd like you to start Tuesday. So I don't expect to not pass my background. I've never had that problem before. There's no reason I shouldn't. So I'm waiting to hear back from them. I thought I was going to hear today, but I haven't. But they could be really busy. So I don't want to say like where the job is or anything, but the pay is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not what I was making in my last job. I was making, with bonuses, $55,000. So it's not that much. But right now I make $0. So I'm excited. It'll help us get back on the baby steps. We do Dave Ramsey. But it's just been really hard with me not finding anything. And we've had to live off credit cards, 0 interest credit cards, which we have to pay off like by, you know, a certain time, but it still sucks. I don't like doing that. And you know, we also have to replace our roof. So our roof was like starting to look pretty bad, and so I had the insurance company come out and look at it. I did not know that having them come out meant that they were going to just issue me a check. And I was like, or us. And I was like, what? Y'all, can I reject the check? Like, the check was nothing. But they were like, yeah, here's your check and you have 6 months to replace it. And I'm like, I don't have a job. So I ended up calling them and they were like, oh, here's another 6 months. So we have till November. So that's awesome. But I need to actually get a quote and see how much it's going to cost to replace our roof. And yeah, so this job is coming just in time. And we are gonna go on a little trip this weekend down to the beach. That's not very Dave Ramsey-ish of us, but I'm about to start working, and who knows when we'll get to take another vacation. So, here's my makeup so far. I don't wear a lot of makeup anymore. I used to like have really good makeup skills when I was younger, but what happened was my eyelids changed. They started to droop. So I've been learning to do eyelid makeup differently, and it's taken me a really long time because I've tried so many different techniques and it's just all bad. So I'm trying. Also, okay, so let's move on to hormones and stuff, all the perimenopause, because that's what most of my Facebook, oh my gosh, my Instagram and YouTube revolve around now, is like womanly stuff. So I started perimenopause officially like 5 years ago. I'm 46 now, and it's been a real slow process. I thought I was in perimenopause when I was in my early 30s, but I don't think I was. I think it was from having my tubes tied really early and I did it at 29, and I think it caused a lot of issues because they don't tell you that. They don't tell you it can cause a lot of problems. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I don't know if this technique is gonna work. I don't think it's going to. I'm gonna do something with oh my god, perimenopause brain, y'all. It's real. It's just like pregnancy brain. Eyeshadow. Okay, yeah, I have to take time to find some words sometimes. It's usually the main noun of my sentence that I have to find, and it's not all the time. But I've noticed that the less protein I have, the more often it happens. But I can't digest protein, so, well, not all protein, but like red meat and stuff. I don't eat it because I can't digest it, and I can't digest turkey either. And I don't think that's even a red meat. I think that's a white meat. I don't know. I can only have chicken and fish. But it seems like the less chicken and oils I have, the more the perimenopause brain turns on. And I don't like that. I don't like it. So, excuse me if I can't find my words. It's just real life, and I don't want to edit, like I said, and I hope this video doesn't go too long. All right, so here's the deal. So my hormones. I'm gonna go start with the migraines I used to get all the time. So I used to get those migraines every month with my period, and they last 3 days. I don't want to. It stopped recording, and for some reason, I have no idea why, it was also recording the screen at the same time, which I didn't do. I don't even know how it does that. So I was recording this, and it was doing a screen recording, and I like used up all the space on my phone. Anyway, take these back off. I'm finished. Okay, so I better talk fast. Hormones, headaches. Okay, so yeah, I was getting them every month. It was terrible. And then they just stopped. They stopped. So, I mean, that's good. They stopped. Let's see if I can like, yeah, so I was getting them I've been getting them like once every 6 months. I'll still get like the kind of pain that I guess is attached to this nerve here. I don't know if it's the vagus nerve or the trigeminal. I just don't know anymore. But I had an MRI done, and was it an MRI or a CT? I don't know what. I think it was a CT. Oh, because I had contrast. It was a CT. So she said there was no inflammation, and I'm like, well, if I'm not having one at the same time, is there going to be inflammation? Like, I don't know. I just had all my hormones checked via blood, which I know there's better ways. I actually want to get the Dutch test. I just don't have the money for it. But there's yeah, there's a Dutch test that you can do, which is by saliva or urine. And it's a lot more comprehensive. But anyways, I had my hormones checked 2 weeks in a row. And my doctor said they were normal. However, one of them in my luteal phase, I think is what it is. It didn't say it was in the normal range. It said it was too low, but she's read it as normal. So I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but you know, we'll see. I don't know what phase it was in. So I don't know. I'm supposed to be in perimenopause, which I know I am because my OB, which was a different doctor I used to see, I don't see her right now just because of insurance and stuff. Plus she told me the way to get rid of my migraines was to get a hysterectomy, and I was like, that's not how that works. And you're an OBGYN. I sound smart, right? You're an OBGYN and you should know that. That's not going to get rid of my headaches if they're hormonal. But whatever. I wouldn't mind a hysterectomy at this point because guess what? I have super heavy periods. I'm going to be totally upfront with y'all because that's how I am. On my heavy days, I wear a freaking diaper. An adult diaper. Because they're that heavy. It sucks. However, I like free bleeding. I'm feeling the whole free bleeding thing, which was not a thing when I was a kid. Anyway, people have recommended using a cup or something, but I haven't tried that yet, and I feel like it wouldn't hold enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's probably worth trying, but I don't know. Anyways, so I'm going through that. I've got the hormone issues. There's libido issues. There's, what else? I had one hot flash. I haven't had one in years. Like when I first started perimenopause is when I was having them. But this was like a big one. And I thought, you know, I'm just washing dishes, whatever. And I started to get like really hot, like all over. And I was like, oh my God, I'm getting sick. I need to go take my temperature right now. Like I felt like I was getting really sick. And my temperature was normal. I was like, how can this possibly be normal? Like my whole body is just burning up. And then I started sweating and I was like, what is wrong with me? And my daughter, my 17-year-old goes, Mom, you're having a hot flash. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm having a hot flash. I haven't had one in so long that I forgot what they are. Because I inhale peppermint all the time. It's in my cleaners. Like I make the cleaners and the peppermint keeps me from having hot flashes. So I hadn't been using the peppermint as much. And I'm telling you, it works. So now I've got the peppermint back in my cleaners. And, you know, anytime I spray, I'm just like, so yeah. So no more hot flashes so far. I know they could come back, but that's my main stuff with the hormones. I think the worst one though, actually is the weight gain. I started gaining weight the end of 2019. I got up to 150, and then in 2020, 2021, 2022, I was at 155. Could not do anything to lose the weight. Nothing would work. My doctor was like, you know, calories in, calories out. And I'm like, okay, I'll try that. No, it didn't do crap. Didn't lose any weight. I started exercising, especially like this year. I was exercising like 6-7 days a week. Couldn't lose a damn pound. I'm sorry, I shouldn't cuss. I don't like say that word, but I couldn't lose any weight. I couldn't lose a pound. I got up to 160. I'm like, what is going on? That's so frustrating. And yeah, I couldn't do it. So went back to my doctor. I was like, look, I'm having joint pain now. I cannot lose any weight. You have to help me. So that's when she decided to do all the hormone testing. And she's like, all right, I want you to do an elimination diet. And I've done this before, but it has been like It was 2016. So it's been a while. So I'm off gluten and dairy, and I started on June 1st. So off gluten and dairy, and I have lost 4 pounds. So, well, I lost 5 pounds, but today I'm a pound heavier. But I think it's because I'm on my period right now. But the bloating is way down. Like, I don't know if it was the gluten or the dairy or both. And I won't know till I start adding them back in, which I will do in July. I'm not excited, honestly. I'm okay without them. Especially dairy. I feel like it's pretty easy to not have that. The gluten's been harder. I have a bread maker, and I have not been able to make bread that, sorry, I'm looking for my lipstick. It's not here. What? Where'd it go? Oh, it's back there. I don't wear lipstick. I wear lip balm, lip shimmer. It's called lip shimmer. Has peppermint. I totally forgot what I was saying. I got distracted. I was talking about my weight gain. I don't know. If I remember, I'll put it in the description. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Just trying to lose the weight again and going back to exercising because I quit. I guess I was pissed off that nothing was happening. So yeah, trying to think if there's anything else. Okay, this is the most important thing going on in my life. I'm gonna move this light. It's like super annoying. Okay. Don't you love the fan above my head? So I have been waiting for 4 years to become a grandmother. Well, longer than that, but my oldest daughter has been married for 4 years, and my middle daughter has been married for almost 2 years. And they have not made me a grandmother yet. And I was like, y'all need to hurry up, okay? Because I got pregnant at 19. So actually, I told them to not do that. Well, back in March, I think it was, my daughter came into the house and with her husband, and the dogs were jumping all over them, and the cappuccino peed on my daughter's husband. And she goes, oh, maybe he senses the baby. And I was like, oh, were you with your friend that has a baby? And she's like, no. I was like, what? And I made probably that exact face and burst into tears. And yeah, she's having a baby, and I'm going to be a grandmother, and I'm so excited. And we're going to go by Abuelito and Nana. My husband wants me to be Abuelita, and I'm like, no, I don't do that. Here in Texas, we use Nana and Papa and Granddad and Mima, and so my grandmother that I bonded with before she died, we bonded a lot, and I found out I was a lot like her. That was my dad's mom. I actually have videos of her on here. She went by Nana, and so I am going to go by Nana. And it's kind of a tradition in my family that you just sort of carry on one of those names. And my mom goes by Nanny, and her grandmother was Nanny. So yeah, but that's the best news so far of the year. Just praying for the rest of the pregnancy to go well. She's due in November, and yeah, that's all I'm allowed to say. So she's very private, which is fine. But if she lets me, I will put a picture, or maybe a video, picture or video of me and the baby. Hopefully, if she comes on time in November, mid-November, or something like that. We'll see. So I think I am going to run out of space now, and this is getting long. So like I said, I don't want to edit it. So I'm going to stop here. All right. Love y'all. Bye.